Hi everybody! I don't know about you guys, but when I first started sewing, I was really scared of trying to sew with knit fabrics. There was just something about them that made them seem like they were going to be really tricky to sew. Hi, I'm Tracy Ackerman, the designer and creator at KeLibu. I make patterns, costumes, and accessories for 14 to 20-inch dolls. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you always know when I post new content. Today, I'd like to share some of the tips and tricks that I've learned over the years on how to make sewing with knits much easier. Let's get creating.
When working with knits, you need to use a special needle. Use ballpoint needles for most knits and stretch needles for very stretchy fabrics. Use the right size needle for the weight of your fabric. It's also important to use the right settings. I like to set my machine to a zigzag stitch, use a normal stitch length, and set the width of my stitch to just above 0. This allows the fabric to feed through smoothly but gives the appearance of a normal stitch. Always start with your needle down. It makes the seam easier to start, and it allows you to use my next tip, which is to keep tension on the threads. Pull just enough to keep both threads taut, but don't pull too hard. Doing this helps prevent the needle from pushing the fabric into the throat plate as you start your seam. Do not pull or stretch your fabric as you sew. Use your hands to gently guide the fabric. If you pull it, you will stretch the fabric and end up with an edge that is wavy. If you cannot stop your fabric from being pushed into the throat plate, try putting a small piece of tissue paper under your garment at the start of your seam. When you have finished sewing the seam, crease the tissue paper on both sides of the seam and then gently pull it apart. It should tear away from your stitching easily. If your fabric is not feeding evenly, try a walking foot. These feet have built-in feed dogs to help guide the top layer of your fabric through at the same rate as the bottom layer. Remove your regular presser foot from your machine. Make sure your needle is all the way up. Attach the walking foot, making sure that the lobster claw or lever slips over the needle clamp. Once the foot is attached, take one stitch using the hand wheel and pull your needle thread out under the foot. Now sew your seam as normal.
So were any of these tips and tricks new to you guys, or have you already been using them? Let me know in the comments below. If you have a tip or trick for sewing with knits that I didn't cover, please also share that in the comments so we can all learn from your knowledge. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. That really helps me to reach a wider audience and continue making these videos. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so and hit the notification bell so you always know when I post new content. If you're new to the channel, you might not know, but subscribers to my KeLibu newsletter get access to free patterns that I cover in some of these videos. I'll have a link in the description where you can sign up for that. Thanks for watching, everyone.